Heartburn. Do you have heartburn? Oh boy. Today's show, Wellness Week Live. What's up, everybody? It's DJ Anthony. How you doing? Heartburn, heartburn, heartburn. You know what I'm talking about? You eat a meal, you're like, oh my God, what is a fire going on here? So don't forget, I'm not a doctor. I'm not giving any medical advice. Always check with the healthcare professionals, okay? I don't know shit. Okay, but I do know about heartburn because yours truly has heartburn, or I think I might have GERD. I don't know if you know what GERD is, but I have all the findings right here, folks. I did the research so you don't have to. So let's talk about heartburn and let's talk about GERD. It's an acronym for gastroesophageal. Oh, darn it. I got the GE right. What's the other one? Oops. Reflux disease. Right. So gastroesophageal reflux disease, esophagus, gastro, down the stomach. Okay. So why am I doing the show? Why is it important? Now, if you have heartburn, like, maybe you get it once a month, don't even listen to this show. Just click off and go do something else. But if you, like me, have heartburn several times a week, and I've had it for years now, I might have a problem. I don't know. I'm going to find out. I'm going to the gastro. I've gone to the gastro, and I'm going to go to the gastro and get my what do you call it? What do they call that? Endoscopy. So they're going to put the camera down my throat. So yeah, because it's getting annoying, and I'm not going to be living on Nexium and Pepcid and Prilosec. I'm not doing that. I take that once in a while, and that, God bless it. Thank God for modern over-the-counter medicine. But yeah, so why should I be concerned, or why should you be concerned if you have heartburn several times a week over the course of months or years? Well, again, heartburn once in a blue moon, that's normal. We all get that. That's fine. You know what I mean? But if it's a pattern and it's every week, you might have a problem. And the reason why it could be a problem is because the stomach acid in our stomach is very, very powerful, actually. And our human bodies are amazing. How the stomach acid doesn't rot away the stomach, I'll never know. But God's smarter than us. However, that stomach acid is only made to be essentially in the stomach. If the stomach acid bubbles up into the esophagus area, esophageal area, as a pattern, you have a problem because that acid's so strong, hence why you feel burning, and that erodes and burns the your throat or your esophageal lining, and over the course of years, or time, can cause cancer. Now, how that happens is, not to go into this topic, but when cells divide, multiply, die, come back, divide, multiply, die, come back, divide, multiply. When you have a rapid turnover of cells, that's what that acid's doing. So it's eroding, your body's making more cells, it's eroding, make more cells. So the more cell turnover you have in the body, the higher the chance of cancer. So that's why you have certain body parts that, you seem like you always hear, like colon cancer, breast cancer, those are right. You always hear that, right? Colon cancer, breast cancer, breast cancer, breast cancer, colon cancer, or, certain blood cancers. And you very rarely, although you can get cancer anywhere, but very rarely will you hear someone with like a brain cancer, right? Or pancreatic cancer. Yes, people can get brain cancer, and they do, unfortunately. Yes, people can get pancreatic cancer, and they do. But more often than not, it's breast and colon. And why is that? It's not or skin cancer. Why is that? That's not by chance. That's because those cells and those parts of the body have higher turnover than a brain, or very rarely do you hear someone have heart cancer. Could happen. You get a tumor in the heart, but it's rare because those cells don't usually turn over as much. So your esophagus, as long as it's not getting the backsplash up in there, you're good. But if you get, over the period of time, a lot of heartburn and the acid is going up into the esophagus, that can erode that lining, and your body repairs it. But you broke up again, some more stuff, your body repairs it, and here we go. You're having a high turnover. So that's the whole key, why it could be a potential problem. So we don't want a high turnover of cells. Okay, that's in a nutshell. So, but that's why you should be worried about it if, you're having a pattern of it. And the key is to, stop the acid from getting up there, or to neutralize the acid. So whatever comes up is not, the acid is very, very weak. And you can do that through over-the-counter medicines like Nexium, Pepcid, Prilosec, et cetera, et cetera. Tums. These are all name brands, but their technical names are H2 blockers, proton pump inhibitors, things like that. So, however, if you have to be on those medicines, it's those medicines have all medicines have cons to them too. You cure one problem, you have 5 new ones. So we're going to talk about that. But anyway, so that's why heartburn is important, or if it turns into GERD, which is a serious form of heartburn. So you're looking for that pattern, again, once in a blue moon, once a month, twice a month, no big deal. You had some tacos, you had, some sauce and, upset your stomach, you pop at times, you're good to go. But if it's happening every week over the course of months and years, you got to be very serious about that, and you can't be living on, well, you check with your doctor, but you don't want to be living on medication. So what can we do? Well, most of it's lifestyle, actually. Don't start with the genetic thing, because unless you took a genetic test, you don't even know that it's genetic. It might be stuff that your family suffers from because you're all eating the same shit, but that's genetic. That's not genetic. So, so I know for me, I have this, heartburn because of, I traditionally have eaten a lot of acidic foods. I'm Italian. A lot of pasta. So I'm Italian. A lot of pasta sauce, a lot of sodas growing up. And now that I'm older, that it's coming to haunt me. So I have greatly reduced, and I'm going to continue to greatly reduce my problem, because I really don't want to be on medications. If I have to, I will. I'm not against medications, but there's a lot that I can do, there's a lot you can do to reduce or stop this, and so we're going to go through that. Let me just check my notes here. So we did, okay. Also, the sphincter, I know, cue in the joke, sphincter. I think our body has 1, 2, 3, 4 sphincters, maybe 3 or 4 sphincters. So the other problem with heartburn is at the base, the top of the stomach, you have a door or a sphincter, this muscle or door, if you will, that opens and shuts to allow food in, and after you goes into the stomach, it shuts. Well, if that becomes loose or relaxed, then you have an opening. Well, guess what's going to happen? Acid's going to fly up there, bubble up there. So we want to have that closed tight. One of the things we can do is, well, stop smoking, stop drinking alcohol. These are things that affect that sphincter and also add more acidity to our body. Also, believe it or not, olive oil, as great as olive oil is, and I love olive oil, I was drinking too much olive oil in my meals because I'm Italian, and I find out from a friend of mine, I think a friend of mine who's a doctor, was saying, well, that olive oil relaxes the sphincter, and it relaxes it, kind of opens it up almost. So I have to go easy on the olive oil, which breaks my heart because I love olive oil. So we want to stay away from. We want to try to have olive oil, but you got to, if you notice you're getting a lot of acid reflux from that, then you got to cut it out, the olive oil and other oils. Now, oops, my findings. So the other thing is, what does it say is, okay, that's the one finding. Now, my other thing is, we're going to jump around a little bit, but so the foods that can cause heartburn, anything acidic. So pasta sauce, tomatoes, oranges, lemons. For me, I just found out it's also blueberries, and I love blueberries. I eat blueberries all the time. I mean, I love blueberries, and I gotta stop because it's, so one of the things they tell you is to keep a food diary, to know exactly what you ate, when you ate it. Also, chewing your food slowly, shut your mouth, chew that food until it's a mush in your mouth. Because if you're chewing it too fast and swallowing it kind of whole, or chunky, your body has to produce more acids. So you want to chew it till it's mush, and then slowly, swallow. Of course, you drink water, not soda, water, not juices. Stay away from juices. Apple juice, orange juice is all going to be your enemy. Anything that's a citric based or citric type of fluid, no, 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 no. So, and it sucks because I didn't think blueberries were that acidic, but apparently they are. Sorry, chocolate's bad too. If you got heartburn problems like me, can't be on chocolate. Also, lactic acid, that's in milk products. So ice cream, whipped creams, like that. If you got, I got to cut that out. Now, I have to make a choice, right? You might be saying, what kind of life is that? It's some fucking bullshit. I'll just go on the pills. Okay, but again, the pills now will give you 5 new problems. So now you're playing catch up. You know what I mean? So, read the back of these pill bottles and these pill containers. Like, these, they have serious side effects. So it's like, but you do you. So so yeah, those are some of the foods that can so anything that's a any food that has a saturated fat's bad altogether. Okay, that's your junk food, basically your cupcakes and your chocolate and your whatever, anything that's going to be a junk food, really. Your chips, your cake, cookies, the muffins, that's all saturated garbage. You want unsaturated fat. So your avocados, chicken is fine, just nothing fried. Fried is bad no matter what. Fried is carcinogenic. Stay away from fried foods. They should make it illegal, actually. But you want baked, you want grilled, anything that's souped, like that's fine, like so meat that's been in a soup or grill or bake. So your chicken, your fish, whatever, that's fine. But yeah, you got the oils are an issue. But again, to parse it out, saturated oils probably more a problem. Don't smoke, don't drink. We already talked about that, but that's all good. You shouldn't be doing that anyways. Foods that help. So I found out that coconut water, unsweetened coconut water, celery, cucumbers, what else? Carrots. So in the morning, I'll make like a celery, cucumber, carrots, a little coconut water, kind of a little drink to kind of help. Even aloe vera mix, can help to neutralize acids, calm the acids down, and coat the stomach. You also have licorice, actually, not candy licorice, but there's you have to go online and look at this, but there's actually licorice supplements, and you have to go look at it. But licorice supplements can also help. Go do your homework on that. I might be taking some of those. I don't know. We'll see. But there's also a link between sugar, processed sugar, and heartburn. Now, sugar itself does not cause heartburn, but the link is usually shit food, fried foods, cake, cookies, chips, muffins, even breads can be a problem because there's a lot of sugar in them, or they turn to sugar. So that's like the red flag. So if something has high sugar, if something's junk food, you're going to want to stay away from that, So our weight is a big problem. If you're someone that's overweight, I'm not talking about 900 pounds. I'm talking about if you're overweight, lose a few pounds. That's going to help you with your heartburn. Getting up and being more mobile, a little bit of exercise. No one's saying you have to run a marathon, but walking, getting exercise, it will help with heartburn also, and GERD. What else I want to say to you? The whatchamacallit? I typically will take Pepsid, but again, these are just Band-Aids. So there's a difference between Pepsid, Nexium, Prilosec. I mean, Pepsid is more of a really quick fix, where like stuff like Nexium, proton pump inhibitors, or Prilosec, they last longer in the system, so you don't have to take maybe as much. But again, check with healthcare professionals on this stuff, because even though they're over the counter, they're drugs. They're not candy. So I think the best thing, and what I'm trying to do, is really, really fine tune my lifestyle. And I'm a pretty clean eater, but like I didn't know. I just learned today, like, oh, I didn't know that blueberries were a problem. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm like, darn, So I'm gonna take my blueberries out starting tomorrow and see how my stomach feels. Stress, obviously, that's another thing. Like, trying to manage stress. We all have stress, you know what I mean? So deep breathing, trying to go, again, exercise is a great way to relax. These are all things that are going to help the, heartburn. Try not to, if you're going to eat out, again, like you want to stay away from the hamburgers and the hot dogs. That's all heavy grease. You really want to eat clean, healthy. Salads are great. Things that are kind of like a pH balance, neutral, so your cucumbers, your celery. I'm not saying be a rabbit, but you can have chicken, you can have fish, you can have pork, vegetables galore. You can have certain fruits, like bananas are great. I love bananas, but anything that's going to be citric based, again, like apples are probably a no-no. Oranges are a big no-no. Like I can't drink orange juice. If I drink orange juice, forget it, So my goal is to only have heartburn like once or twice a month, not once or twice a week, So if you have heartburn like I do as on the reg. A lot of that is again the foods that I've been eating. So I am watching that, and I've noticed that a big change now that I'm really really fine tweaking this stuff. I'm like, oh yeah, like I'll go now days without heartburn. It's like now I'm really kind of getting in sync with stuff. Versus just like whatever, just pop it, pop a Pepsi, that bing bing bong bong. You know, that's really not a long-term solution. So, but if you do have heartburn problems, go see a gastroenterologist. They specialize in the gut and the pooper. And yeah, take a look at that. So I'm taking a look at that, and you should too. Don't be a sissy. Be a tough guy. Go get it taken care of. Am I looking forward to having this shit down my throat? This fucking camera. I'm not looking forward to it. I'm a little nervous, but you know what? Hey, I'm a human being. We're gonna go. We're gonna get done. If I can do it, you can do it. I'm nobody special. Okay, I believe in you. Anything else I want to tell you? That's it. So, but yeah, you got to look at your lifestyle, meaning what you eat, what you drink. Don't drink sodas. Don't drink diet sodas. Don't drink juices. Don't drink alcohol. Don't drink carbonated. Nothing, not even seltzer, because that will bubble up stuff into the stomach and bubble up into the throat. We don't want that. We want water. Honestly, so you got to make a choice. You want to be on pills the rest of your life, you can do that. And, if I have to do that, I will, but I didn't exhaust all the measures yet. And actually, doing a lot of these things I'm talking about, like stopping this and adding more vegetables, you're going to also be stronger and feel better too, just across the board. You're going to be doing your heart a big solid. You're going to be doing your skin, your hair, your muscles, your mind a big favor too, because now you're eating ultra clean, and that's not a punishment, that's a reward. So anyways, okay, hope that helps, and check back in, more great content coming up. And that's it. I'm out of here. DJ Tony, 5 4 3 2 1. Grazie mille. Ciao.